Well, substitute teachers are wanted by Toledo Public Schools. With the threat of a strike looming, an ad is expected to hit the Toledo Blade tomorrow in hopes of getting more applicants. Currently, if you'd like to become a substitute teacher, all you have to do is fill out an application. Substitutes do not have to have prior teaching experience. Applicants do, however, need to have a bachelor's degree, and they need to pass a few tests and background checks. If there is a strike, many of the subs could stand to be labeled strike breakers.
Well, there are certain ramifications involved, and I guess that goes with the territory. That remains to be seen.
Now, the highest pay currently for a substitute in the Toledo Public School system is about $76 a day. That rate could double if there is a strike.
And as we've mentioned, because of the media blackout, what is being discussed at the bargaining table this week is anyone's guess. 13 Action News reporter Paul Bukta is standing by live with more. Paul?
Well, Susan, the Toledo Federation of Teachers and the Toledo School Board can't agree on a lot of things, but right now they can agree it's more productive not to talk to us. Now, a lot of negotiating sessions go this way when both sides are ready to sit down, talk the tough issues, and start negotiating. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with your TVs. This is just the information we're getting today in the Toledo Teacher Talks, because on Friday,
the Toledo Board of Education and the Toledo Federation of Teachers negotiators have agreed to a media blackout.
I think it's a good thing, although it's frustrating to you guys, but in the end, it's probably best for everyone.
After all, Organizational Development Director Chuck Weinblatt says a lot of negotiations go the way of media blackouts. For instance, when the UAW and Chrysler talk, the media are almost always kept in the dark. Why not apply the same to the Toledo Federation of Teachers and the school board?
They've both simply agreed it's better to issue a blackout, to not have the media involved, and it will give them an opportunity to, in a more private way, do those creative things that they need to do to come up with a successful resolution.
But resolution won't be easy, and that March 16th deadline is just 2 weeks away.
Time will tell.
Now, UT's Chuck Weinblatt says the media, that's us, can be a tool for both sides, but neither side was really winning over public opinion. And once you say something in the media, it's pretty hard to step away back from that. So take away the media, you don't have that problem, you just have negotiating. Reporting live downtown, Paul Bukta, 13 Action News.
And today marked the first day of the enforced news blackout on contract talks in the Toledo Public School negotiations. NBC 24's Paula Bridges joining us live now from the newsroom. Even though there is this blackout, Paula, what can you tell us today?
Dan, you know, everyone's lips were sealed. However, I do know that both sides spent the day working in-house. With only 2 weeks left to the strike deadline, one local expert says each side is going to have to do an awful lot of compromising if they are going to reach an agreement.
A lot of tension has surfaced during this contract feud, since negotiators are no closer to a settlement now than they were 6 months ago.
Now the teachers have played their trump card by setting a strike date. There'll have to be a lot more give and take if both sides want to avoid a strike.
That's the way to play the negotiating game, says UT labor expert Charles Weinblatt. Bargain those problems away.
There's an excellent opportunity that they can resolve these issues.
For example, Weinblatt says if experienced teachers want more money, the board could increase their salary bonus they get every 6 months.
They might be willing to accept a lower overall increase if they can find a way to negotiate with the school board on raising existing wages.
He says extra planning time for kindergarten teachers is a given.
If the school board wants to have high-quality teachers, those teachers are going to have more planning time.
Also, Weinblatt says the union could easily let the board move up the date of building transfers.
I wouldn't be at all surprised to see that resolved fairly soon.
And finally, he says the union can resolve the seniority hiring dispute by letting the board hire teachers from inside and outside the district based on prior experience, rather than giving substitute teachers first crack on open assignments. In Toledo, Paula Bridges, NBC 24 News.
Now, even though there is a media blackout, we will certainly try to keep you informed each day of what's going on. Dan?
All right, very good. With us live tonight from the newsroom, Paula Bridges.
When it comes to classrooms, less is actually more.
Union. Good evening, everyone. The Toledo School Board has been preparing for a possible teacher strike.
If no agreement is reached by March 16th, the teachers have threatened to walk out. Earlier this week, the Toledo School Board advertised in the Blade for substitute teachers. So far, 12 people have answered that ad. 10 people have filled out an application. 2 people took home applications, and 3 people have been interviewed. Right now, as we said, the school board's meeting in executive session to discuss ongoing contract negotiations. Members have been meeting since 5 o'clock. Dick Berry joins us from district headquarters with the latest. Anything happening right now, Dick?
Not really, Jeff. They're still in negotiations, and they're also being behind closed doors tonight. The school board has been meeting behind closed doors. It's about 5 o'clock tonight. Ongoing negotiations are going to be the main topic of discussion. Now, wages have been a major sticking point in negotiations that started about 4 months ago. The district has been offering about 9.5% over 3 years. The union wants 13%, 3,300. Teachers and paraprofessionals have set March 16th as the strike date. There's a news blackout, so we really have no idea how negotiations are going or where they're even taking place. We, though, have obtained a letter that Superintendent Merrill Grant has sent out to teachers. Among other things, all personal and professional leave days are being canceled until further notice. He's also talking about the ramifications of violence on the picket line. We'll be telling you more about that letter tonight on Night Watch.
Okay, I understand a mediator will be on standby?
Yeah, one is coming in on standby from the State Employer Relations Board tomorrow, though we have no idea if either one on any side will be taking them up on their offer.
Okay, thanks very much, Dick. While the talks continue, pardon me, we will have more on that meeting tonight on Night Watch. Now it's your turn.
While the talks continue, we also have some debate tonight over union access to the schools. 4 different times this week, union organizers have tried to get in to talk with teachers. School administrators call them a disruption to students, and the organizers have all been escorted out. Alva Taylor reports.
Authorities at Mount Vernon Elementary School said an organizer with the American Federation of Teachers showed up at the school asking about a meeting to brief teachers.
They had came in, probably about 10:15 or so, wanted to know if there was a meeting going to be here at lunchtime today. We said we have no knowledge of it.
APGAR said the organizer left without a confrontation. The district had said out-of-town union organizers had to restrict their briefings to either times before or after school. Today's incident was the 4th time in 3 days there was conflict over such information sessions. But school authorities say the conflicts aren't interrupting classes.
The principals that I talked to in our area, they seem to say that that things are going as smoothly as they can, that they're on task in terms of school.
Meanwhile, negotiations on a new contract continued at an undisclosed location. A human relations expert we spoke with said it's important to keep both sides talking.
A lot of people are downplaying the situation and think it won't work out, but it very well might.
Weinblatt added as long as the teams are willing to come up with creative solutions, they will have a greater chance of resolving the labor dispute. Alva Taylor, Toledo 11, the News Channel.
Weinblatt also believes the current news media blackout on the talks is useful in that it gives the sides a chance to work out their differences with fewer distractions.